Okay, good Vach everyone, as we learn the Mishna Yomis for this Shabbos, Parasha Shoftim, as we close out the 13th parak of Zevachim tonight. We're going to start tomorrow the last parak of Masechta Zevachim. We're sponsored by the Fisher family, Lila Nishmas Pasi Bas Rabbi Shlomo ben Avraham Alevi, Perel Bas Ruvain. We're also sponsored Ilan Nishmas David ben Chaim, L'Refu Shalema Feliyom Moshe ben Chayesara, Yaakov ben Basilei, and the Schus of Abraham and Yom ben Ish ben Malki Yudis and family. We're also sponsored the Yoel Klugman and family for the Parnasa Gzunta Nachas. We're sponsored L'Refu Shalema for Mishna ben Estefadel, Yitzim ben Tzim Medusha, Avi Durai ben Rivka, and the Bas Chayesara, Chana Bas Shoshabina, Rivka Bas Shira Leah, Yitzhak ben Tzim ben Dusha and Meir ben Chayesar. They should have Refu Shalema b'Sek Shachar Yisrael. Now, Mishna Zayin in the 13th parak. Hamoylek esa'oif b'fnim. Remember that in the birds in the base of Migdash we don't do shlita, we do malika with the thumbnail from the nape of the neck. So hamoylek esa'oif b'fnim, doing it correctly, and then ve'ela b'chutz, and then he smokes up the bird outside. He's chayav for hala b'chutz karts, chayav. Molek b'chutz, malika never works outside. If you do malika outside, you make it nevela. And then ve'ela b'chutz is potter, because then he offered up nevela. Hashaychet esa'oif b'fnim, again, inside shchita never works. So hashaychet esa'oif b'fnim ve'ela b'chutz, and he offered up outside, potter. However, shochat b'chutz, if he shechts it outside, ve'ela b'chutz, shchita outside is good, chayav. And the Gemara just wraps this up. Nimtza, derech hechsheroi b'fnim, in the way that it would be kosher on the inside, namely malika, p'tura b'chutz, if he's molekid on the outside, he's potter. Derech hechsheroi b'chutz, on the outside, it's good if he does shchita. P'tura b'fnim. If he shechts it on the inside and then smokes it up on the outside, he's going to be potter. Now, even though we hold that if you shecht it on the outside, on the inside, and smoke it up on the outside, you're potter. What about if you shecht it in the night? Now, if you shecht it in the night, in the outside, it's good. What about if you shecht it in the night inside, and then you offer it up outside? Wow, will you be chayav or you will be potter? So, Reb Shimon says that although normally slaughtering it in the night inside is not kosher, but if you slaughter it in the night inside and then smoke it up outside, you're going to be chayav. So, although if you shecht it inside and you smoke it up outside, you're not chayav. But an animal carbon that you slaughtered inside in the night and then offered it up outside, there you are chayiv. And that's what Reb Shimon is being mechadish. Reb Shimon Omer, kol shechayovin olav b'chutz, whatever you're chayiv on the outside, like if you slaughtered it in the night outside and then smoked it up, chayovin al kayotze by b'fnim, if you slaughtered it up carbon inside in the night, you're chayiv she'alo b'chutz when you offer it up outside, with one exception. Chutz min ha'shaychet b'fnim, if you shecht a bird on the inside, or mala b'chutz, there you're potter, because there's no shchit of a bird inside the mikdash. And now we're going to end off this parak with zrika. You're chayiv also for zrika on the outside, if you sprinkle the blood on the outside. Now we know that a chatas, its blood needs to be applied to the 4 kronos. It happens to be the din is that even if you do one application, b'diavad you're yaitz. But here, let's say Yisrael catches the blood in one klei sharis. Ha'chata shekibel dama b'kais echad. He catches the blood in one klei sharis. Now all that blood is fit. Nasan b'chutz, if he sprinkles it on the outside, and then v'chazav nasan b'fnim. So what he sprinkled on the outside was right, so therefore he's chayiv for zrika b'chutz. Or b'fnim, if he sprinkled it on the inside, v'chazav nasan b'chutz, and let's say he did one application on the inside, it's still roy, and he offered it up on the outside, chayiv. Shekulei roy love b'fnim. It's all fit to be offered on the inside. Now Yisrael does something fancier. Kibel dama b'shnei kaises. He catches the blood in 2 klei sharises. So nasan shnei b'fnim, if he offered them both inside, of course he's not going to be chayiv for chutz. He didn't do anything in the chutz pater. It only says this for symmetrical, for ID purposes. Shneim b'chutz, if he offered from both klei sharis on the outside, chayiv. Both of them were right for the inside. So if he offered one b'shaygeg, then he forgot, and then he offered the other one b'shaygeg. It's 2 yediyos, 2 states of unawareness. So he's chayiv 2 chatases. If he offers echad b'fnim v'echad b'chutz, if he does all of it on the inside, all 4 corners, so then the other kais becomes rejected. It's dochi. Then when he offers it on the outside, pater, because that second kais is already rejected. If he offers echad b'chutz, the first one b'chutz, he's chayiv, because that first one was right for the b'fnim, and then echad b'fnim, the second one on the inside. So chayiv ala chitzon, the one that he offered on the outside is chayiv. V'apnimi, the other one mechaper, the other one atones, and the meat of the carbon can be eaten by the kohanim. So the Mishnah says that we want to make an analogy. Now we know that the din by a chatas is, let's say Dr. Black by accident ate forbidden chaylev. He has to bring a chatas. He separates a chatas shmeina, and then he loses it. He separates a second one. He finds the first one. He could only bring one, the other one has to die. So says the Mishnah, Dr. Black separates a sin offering, and he loses it. He separates the second one. He finds the first one. Now, he has 2, he could offer whichever one he wants. The other one is a chatas shekipru balea and has to die. So here, he has his 2 chatases. Shachat shtein b'fnim pater. If he shechs both of them on the inside, it's pater. Of course, the second one he shouldn't shech because it has to die. But if it's both on the inside, there's no problem of shchita b'chutz. There's no isakaros. Shachat shtein b'chutz, chayiv. He's chayiv because when he shechted the first one, it was right, and then after he ruined the first one, the second one was right. So he's chayiv for both of them. Achas b'fnim v'achas b'chutz. If he shechts first one on the inside, he fulfilled the mitzvah of the chatas. Now the second one is a chatas shekipru ba'aleh, it has to die. So since it has to die, it's rejected. He's not chayiv for shchutei chutz, he's pater. Achas b'chutz v'achas b'fnim. If he shechts the first one on the outside, now that first one was fit, so when he shechted on the outside, he's chayiv for shchutei chutz. Then when he slaughters the second one on the inside, he fulfills the mitzvah. Chayiv ala chitzayna v'apnimis mechaperes, and the second one atones for his eating chaylev. Now, when he shechs the first one inside and sprinkles its blood, So that blood causes that the meat of the first one has no me'ilah. Because now that he sprinkled the blood, the meat is permitted to the Kohanim, to the Zichrei Kona. So Kishem Shedama Poiter as Pesara, it takes Mila off the first Chatas, Kachu Poiter as Pesar Chaverta. Once he shechs the first one, the second one has to die. And since it has to die, there's no Me'ilah anymore, so it exempts the Me'ilah from the second one as well. Whew! What a night tonight, Rabbi say. What a journey. We should be Zaycha to be able to understand our learning in this world and after 120 in the next. This week's shir is at 8:10. 8:10 Daf Yomi. And we will announce when we will be making a siyum. We'll also announce when we'll be, we know that we'll be starting Masechtas Huryas on Wednesday. We already have, remember we said that there's a reduction to sponsor Huryas. It's $360. We already have 3 sponsors for Huryas. And somebody wants to already line up with sponsorship of Zevachim. Let me know. Thank you for joining us and have a good Tavach.